guys, Jake here, and depending on how long it takes this video to upload, you might get a twofer today. This video, let's discuss W.R.O.L, without rule of law. Any of y'all out there have heard that term? Seen it thrown around, wondering when it's going to happen? What if I told you that we were already in W.R.O.L? Why do I say that? How would I prove that to you? Well, you need to look no further than the trending headlines, the news cycle today, and look at what's happening. You know, you can break it down into several different ways, like how many different sets of laws are there? How are those different sets of laws applied to different people? I mean, surely most of you out there have enough common sense to know that if you got enough money, the law does not apply to you. Explain that? Well, look at all the women that came forward in the last couple of years. You know, with everything going on with the files and the island and the kids. Look at all the women that came forward just in the last few days. They gave testimony and evidence and proof that all of this happened to them when they were kids. They're going to name their own names. They're going to make their own list. You know, them names that are not getting named have big money. The kind of money where you can do what you want, with who you want, where you want, when you want. Enough money, like the prince, and you can make that go away. Mere cost of $10 million. And to these people, $10 million is nothing. It's pocket change. Look at all of them. Who do you want to pick? Trump, Biden, Clinton, Bush, Reagan, Carter? How far back do you want to go to realize that the law does not apply to those people? How about all those other big names? Soros, Gates, Pelosi, Schumer, Schiff. How many of them out there? Not just on the left, on the right too. Both sides, guys. The law doesn't apply to them. Out of all the women that came forward and gave testimony, how many arrests have been made? One. Ghislaine. And I think she's out on work furlough now, last I heard. So you got 0 arrests out of all of those hundreds of thousands of pieces of information, testimony, evidence, blah, blah, blah. 0 people in jail. These women came forward and, you know, did the do, said the said. Gave the names. They all have it. The government has it. The FBI has it. You know, the police have it. The feds have it. The states have it. 0 arrests. How about everything that went on with the Bidens? You know, the billions of dollars embezzled through Ukraine, the payoffs, the bribes, the Hunter laptop, the tax evasion, the hotel rooms, the cocaine in the White House, the videotapes, the underage accusations, Who all went to jail? You want to go back through Bush and Obama? How many people did Bush kill for weapons of mass destruction? Anything ever happened to Obama? What did Trump ever do about all of those people that jacked with him on his first term? You know, the FBI and the CIA and the Justice Department and federal judges. The list goes on and on. How many were arrested? I know. Trust the plan. It's coming. It's coming, guys. Is that rule of law? Because if any of us had did any of those things, we would be under prison. You know, the Clintons got away with it for so long, they even gave them their own term. Y'all know what that is? Let me know down below. You know, people coming up dead, missing. They got their own term given to them. Whatever happened? Nothing. Clinton was on the Lolita probably a couple of dozen times from all different countries all over the world. He didn't do nothing. Remember Ghislaine said, wasn't nothing nefarious going on here. Of course, that's why the government's trying to keep it all quiet now. Nothing to see here, folks. The rule of law is strong and firm. Justice served, right? How about Trump sending in the National Guard to all of these different states and cities? Now they're all MAGA, eating that up, just loving it. You ever heard of posse comitatus? You think that's got anything to do with what's happening now? They don't really care about the Constitution or what the law says. They're going to do whatever they want to do. Because who is going to stop them? Who is going to do anything about it? Well, you think your little judge is going to do something about it because he got the kids off of the airplane, or, you know, the judge ruled against posse comitatus, the president. 0 people in jail, folks. Keep hoping and wishing. Meanwhile, you're living in a world without rule of law. Because if there was any law or justice, all right, these people would be behind bars. But the elite, rich, multi-millionaires, they don't have to abide by those laws. Money. I don't know what to tell y'all guys. All right, we're already there. It's happening every day in front of your face. Every day that passes that these people don't go to jail means the rest of them were compliant. But you think rule of law is going to be just because you call 911, the police show up? Is that rule of law? That's rule of law for us slaves. You know, you abide by those laws, or we're going to put you in jail. We're going to put you in a cage and lock you up. They use that Constitution to control us, but they don't care how it works, what the laws are. I think it was Mr. Ansel Rothschild that said, "Give me control of the money and I care who not makes the laws." Still stands true today, just as it did 100 years ago. Except that system is more and more in control every day. Go ahead and comply. MAGA, y'all agree with Trump. Because remember, that pendulum is going to swing back the other way. They can use those same executive orders and federal law enforcement and National Guard and military to force whatever it is they want on you. Make you take the old poke, come and take your guns, whatever they feel at the time. They can do it. They're gonna do it. They will do it. So just remember that and think about it, all right? What goes around comes around. Somebody else will be in control. Oh, I know. Trust the plan. No more mail-in voting. We're gonna fix those voting machines, don't you worry. We're gonna get those migrants out of here. We're gonna stop that war. Rule of law. You know, if we had a rule of law, none of those migrants ever would have made it here to begin with. Rule of law, we would have been in none of these unnecessary political special military operations. Go back before a lot of y'all were even born. They don't abide by the law, folks. We are living in a world without rule of law already. Just wait. Things are coming right here to the streets of America. You'll see. You'll see just how out of control it can get. You add up all of that law enforcement, all of the federal, all of the military, National Guard, FBI, DEA, all of those guys. How many you got? 4 or 5 million, maybe 6. Those 6 million are going to control 330 million? I don't think so. We'll see. Are you living in a world without rule of law already? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe out there.